The next time you go on a walk along the beach, looking at the peaceful waves crash onto the shore, remember the ocean can sometimes be a dark and mysterious place. The average ocean depth is 14,000 feet deep, and scientists say that the ocean is still 95% unexplored, which leaves a lot of unanswered questions. Today, we'll be exploring some astonishing underwater mysteries related to baffling anomalies, ancient artifacts, disturbing disappearances, and terrifying sounds that scientists cannot explain. These are 8 disturbing underwater mysteries that are still unsolved. Number 8. Baltic Sea Anomaly. Discovered by a group of divers in 2011, this 60-metre thick circular object at a depth of 90 metres was found under the sea. More astonishing was the mysterious 300-metre track that led to this unidentified object, which are leaving explorers and scientists scratching in their heads with what it was and where it came from. Some speculate it to be a German ballistic object that landed in the ocean during World War II, whilst others claim it could be a sunken UFO which sank many years ago. More bizarrely, the UFO theory would make sense as the gadgets that the diving explorers used suddenly stopped working as they approached the artifact. Number 7. Yonaguni Monument. Yonaguni lies at the southern end of the Japanese Ryukyu Islands. The island is a popular spot for scuba divers, mainly for its heavy hammerhead shark population. It was during the mid-1980s when scuba divers discovered a large stone formation off the coast, which resembled a step pyramid. Further exploration revealed pillars and other features. If this is true, Yonaguni Monument, as it has come to be known, would be one of the oldest human-made ancient structures ever discovered. To put this into perspective, Yonaguni Monument was above water sometime in 8000 BC, whilst the Great Pyramid of Giza was constructed over 5,000 years later. Number 6. The Bermuda Triangle. You wouldn't think we could exclude this one, would you? The Bermuda Triangle is one of the most infamous hotspots for numerous disappearances. Known as one of the most mysterious places on Earth, major tragedies began to occur in 1918 when the US Navy ship USS Cyclops disappeared in the stretch of Atlantic Ocean bounded by Miami, Bermuda and Puerto Rico. What's more disturbing is no SOS distress call was sent before the ship and its crew of 300 vanished into the great unknown. The second disappearances happened in 1945 when 5 Navy bombers got lost flying over the region after their compasses failed to work. They eventually lost fuel and had to land in the sea. After a rescue plane was sent to find them, the plane had disappeared along with the men. Many theories related to the disappearances range from the supernatural to aliens and even rips in the space-time continuum. Number 5. 4 submarine disappearances of 1968. This is one of the most mysterious underwater disappearance cases to date. An astonishing 4 separate submarines from 4 different countries completely disappeared in 1968, which included the USS Scorpion, US, the INS Darak, Israel, the Minerve, France, and the K-129, Soviet Union. Many theories surrounding the unrelated disappearances vary from accidental torpedo self-firing to attacks kept under wraps by the government, particularly between the US and Soviet Union. To this day, there is still no explanation as to all 4 submarines disappearing in the same year. If you consider just how deep the sub's remains would have sunk, we will most likely never find an explanation. Number 4. The Milky Sea Phenomena. Hundreds of years ago, sailors of yore used to tell the tales of encountering pale, milky glowing waters. However, this wasn't just a fisherman's tale. In 1995, a British merchant vessel documented that the sea looked milky white. Today, scientists like Steve Haddock at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute in California have discovered an amazing anomaly that luminous bacteria or bioluminescent dinoflagellates are the source of the glow. However, this was only still theoretical at the time of the study in 2005. A follow-up study from Haddock and 3 other scientists finalised that the bacteria glows in order to attract fish so it can be ingested and live inside the sea creatures. This underwater mystery may sound solved. However, scientists are still baffled as to the cause of such a massive bacterial population explosion. The study states there are still far more questions than answers surrounding Milky Seas. We have gained a new sense for how very little indeed we really know about the place we call home. Number 3. Julia. The mysterious Julia sound, which sounds almost like someone cooing or whining, occurred on March 1st, 1999 and was heard and recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association. The unexplainable sound was recorded at the total running time of 15 seconds and was said to have come from the Pacific Ocean near the equator, or maybe it was related to a ricochet from an iceberg that was grounded in the Antarctic. Researchers suggest Julia is most likely the sound of ice, yet it is still unsolved. Number 2. Megalodon shark. This mystery is possibly one of the most frightening. Recently, scientists recovered a tag that had been tracking a 9-foot-long great white shark. However, they discovered something quite disturbing. They found that the shark had suddenly dove 1,903 feet, going by the temperature on the tag going from 46 degrees Fahrenheit to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists stated that the temperature could only change that drastically if the shark had been eaten by something much larger. Of course, it's not entirely uncommon for a shark to eat another shark. However, they still clearly stated that the shark would have to be much, much larger. Does this mean the Megalodon shark is still lurking in the waters? Number 1. SS Orang Medan. The SS Orang Medan, or translated in English as Man from Medan, is a Malaysian ship that experienced a dark, disturbing event back in 1947. It all began when an SOS message from the ship mentioned that the captain, as well as the rest of the crew, were all found dead. More disturbing, the telegrapher who had sent the message had also died upon transmission. The Silver Star, who had received the distress call, immediately went to inspect the ship, not realizing they were about to walk into a living nightmare. When they boarded the ship, they found the decks were littered with corpses. To this day, no one has been able to find out exactly what caused the death of all the people on board. The captain of the Silver Star decided to attach a tow line to the ship and drag it back to shore, and noticed ominous billows of smoke pouring up from the lower decks. They had no choice but to quickly cut the tow line and leave the ship adrift, whereas it exploded with such tremendous force that it lifted itself from the water and swiftly sank. This mysterious vessel went to the bottom of the ocean, where its story has now become legend.